What will we call this? What will we call this? Reality check. Let's call it reality check. Yeah, reality check. So it is. My name is Tandy, and I'm the host of this reality check. Basically, I'll be just sharing my innermost feelings about anything, literally about anything. So here we go. And this is what is coming now into mind. Living my truth. Okay. I was just in the bathroom right now making pee. That's how real it is going to be. Okay. And I just realized that I'm not a person who wants to be a good person. I'm not looking out to be perfect. I don't want to be seen as the right or be right or wrong. That's not my jam. Okay, that's not what makes me write a letter to home. Okay, but I'll tell you one thing. I am a person who value my feelings. I value what I feel. I value my instincts. I value my intuition. I value my truth. I value what I receive. Okay? And sometimes my truth could be quite challenging. It could be challenging not only for me, it could be also challenging for other people. Sometimes I truly believe that I'm a catalyst of change, like I'm a game changer. And this kind of game changer, it's risky at some point, and also it is fun, it is interesting, it is full of learning curves, and it keeps me grounded too. When you know that you're more than just a body kind of a thing, when you're not just your thoughts, but at the same time you are open to be the fool, to play along with the game of life, which is to live in a state of being a human being. Duality, polarities, being influenced by them and allowing them to take place. So yeah, in that way it is challenging, but it is also rewarding. Okay, for this way of approaching life, something has to shift in your head. Okay, something has to shift. Anyway, talking about reality check, my truth is really something I never really I was never aware of my truth, and if I have to make it a short sentence or make it I don't know how can I put, but if I have to explain it, I feel like my truth has nothing to do with how I'm acting, but I think it could but I think it is more about the feeling that influences my action. And somehow I feel like I'm in a space where I'm honoring the feeling, what is being felt right now. And it hasn't been like that. Or maybe it has been. Maybe I wasn't aware. But now I'm so much aware, and I feel so compelled to be in the space where I am honoring what I am sensing. Whether it could be risky or it could be putting me in a comfortable zone. It's all about just, zoning in and listening and acting accordingly. And God knows why. God knows why. Maybe one day I'll find out, maybe I won't. But I'm not really concerned about that. As I've said, it's more like just being in this state of being present enough to see and sense what I'm feeling and act accordingly at a time. Because one thing that I've come to recognize, that our feelings matter. Our feelings have so much to share with us if we do dare to listen to them. And I have come to realize this in a hard way. I've always been the one who suppresses one's emotion. I've always been the one who escaped my own emotions. Always been the one who live from a fear-based mentality, thinking too much of what the external world have in mind about my way of being. So as a result, I just felt safe in suppressing my own feelings, what I thought that is right for me, what I felt I needed at the time, what I felt I needed to say. I would just suppress everything without saying anything. And it didn't last long, man, but even though it has been, a long period, me acting from this kind of mindset. And I feel right now I have finally transitioned into a state where my truth comes first no matter what. I'd rather be in a place where it has been led, or I am living for my truth, than living a lie or trying to create a facade or trying to do something so that I could fit in. I'd rather be in a place where if I have to be by myself and still know that it has been a conscious decision of respecting what I truly feel, than just doing something out of fear of the unknown, out of fear of being rejected, out of fear of not fitting in, out of fear of what others could say and think about me. I'd rather be, I'd rather just be by myself. I'd rather be in somewhere. I'd rather be doing me and listening to my heart instead of anything else. So in other words, my truth is too precious, and my truth is what I feel, because I have a really strong conviction that what I feel has a lot to do with my soul. What I feel has a lot to do with my soul. And I have a strong intuition that tells me my soul communicates through my strongest feelings. Like, it's communicate through intuitions, gut feelings, instinct, omens. I have a very, very strong feelings, and not just a strong feelings, but I've also managed to kind of like connect the dots under many circumstances. I've come to recognize that many things that I've done, like moving around or choosing a certain job or speaking to a certain person, doing something, those small acts were influenced by intuition. Most of the acts that I've done, some of them were influenced by intuition, and those intuition were right. Like, they were right. Like, for example, there was a time I was a teenager and I walked in the middle of the night around 2 a.m. by myself, from a club to my house. And initially I was quite concerned how I'm going to get there. I was also fearful, but then I felt the voice within me say, you're going to be okay. This is what you have to do. Just follow, and I followed that instinct. And I remember the whole time, I think it took about 30 minutes to get home, or more or less. And the whole time I was very much aware. I was aware of myself. I was aware of my surroundings. I was just aware, but also I felt okay. There was like this light within me that was okay to do what I was doing. It was not, I was not panicking. I was not panicking while I was doing that. I was calm. There was a sense of calming energy in me that, said it's okay. And that, I think that's how God speaks to us. And I think that's how ancestors, guide us and give us, guidance in our lives. And that's why I value my feelings. That's why I value my instinct. That's why I value how I'm feeling inside. I mean, I have not been the best expert in sense of knowing when exactly, but I feel like now I'm fine tuning those skills of understanding, where to go, when to go. And one thing that I've come to understand, the fear of having things done in a right way cannot work together with your truth, because your truth is something that sometimes it will come as taboo. So if you're afraid to break the laws and the taboo, then you automatically, you will, by being unconscious, suppressing your truth, because you the fear in you of what you are doing, or the fear that actually stops you from acting, is the one that actually keeps you bounded, keeps you in bandages with that fear mindset. Okay. So yes, living your truth will ask you a lot. Like, you will have to live a surrendered life. Like, your life is no longer yours in a sense that you're not just doing things because you like it. This is what feels right, in a sense, like that it's a bit complex a bit, and it takes some kind of discerning spirit for you to do it. And at the same time, it is also a process. So for example, you might begin something out of your gut feeling, and basically what I'm saying, you have to be willing to surrender to what is as it is. If that's what you are feeling right now, be discernful enough to see what you are feeling and act accordingly. But do not attach your decision with the outcomes, because you don't really have the control of how the process is meant to turn out. Okay, so you feel this is what I'm feeling right now, and maybe the question is, what are you gonna do about it? And whatever you do about it could be fear-based, or it could be present-based. Present-based, it means you are aware of everything and you are acting accordingly. And when you do that, because fear-based, that's another equation. If it's present, then you're doing exactly what you are aware. So no fear. That means you are not being controlled by fear. You're not gonna be controlled by limited conditions, concepts, standards. You're not going to be controlled. All of these elements should not have control over your decision. Your decision should be free from emotions, should be free from calculation, free. It must be also instinctive, it must be spontaneous, it must be pure, it must just come as that full flow of energy that is fluid, that is coming through you. Your responsibility is to be open and receptive to that, and with the open heart, you let it flow through you. And when it's flowing through you, that's when you're doing all these actions and leading, and let it go. After that, you just release it. It comes through you. You feel it, and you just let it come through you, and then it create whatever that is meant to be created through that vibration. So living your truth is about listening to the vibrations that you're sensing from within, that are pure, that has nothing. And your position is to be alert and vigilant enough that you are aware that your thought processes are not playing a part on what you are about to allow to flow through. So in other words, you're not letting your mind, your thought processes, whatever that is coming, that whatever those things that are in your mind, to intervene in here. You see your thoughts, and you just pass through it, and you stay in the present moment, and you allow what is happening and what you're feeling in your gut system, and you hold space for it. And holding space, that's very interesting, because you hold space, you feel it, you feel it, you feel it. Maybe it could be a consistent or persistent energy that you're feeling. You hold space for it. Okay, you holding space, meaning you feel it, you allow your mindset to flow, in a sense that you want to gauge into what sort of thoughts and what sort of energy the thoughts are coming. Are they clear thoughts? Are they thoughts that are coming from a fear-based mentality? Are they coming from your past experiences? Are they being are they distorted by the old programming? You need to also be able to gauge this, to really see to it that the thoughts that are aligning with the feeling are thoughts that are coming from a clear, sound mind, so that they align and allow, and so that that vibration can flow easily out. And I mean, both, it can flow. You can have fear-based thoughts and it can actually intervene, but it's not gonna be exactly what is meant to be, like it's meant to be. What do I mean about that? It kind of like it pollutes this precious flow. It is stagnated as well, because it's not channeling it to its fullest destiny when you start polluting with negative thought processes or patterns from the old, and you're not really carving away. But when you coming from a place of clear mind, a sound mind, everything just flows and you become the witnesser. You are coming from a state of being a witnesser when everything can flow in tune and just synchronize, and when this vibration is the one that creates your life, okay, not you. Okay. Whereas when you're coming from a fear-based mentality, there's a lot of effort that's coming from your mind, of trying to have control, of making sure that things go in a certain way, of being insistent. You're insisting and resisting. You're pushing forward this. You don't want this one. Whereas in the state of a sound mind and clarity, you are aware of everything. You are aware of this kind of thoughts. You are aware of the other thoughts. You're aware which position you are supposed to align yourself with, which is the present moment, which is free from any attachment, free from any standards and concepts and stuff. And when you're in the state of freedom, of being free, that's where the energy flows and it connects to the higher self. Whatever vibration comes from her, it's allowed to create whatever it needs to be created. That's how we hold space, to allow things to be in a position where we are the witness of what is. We're not attaching our sense of being to anything that is taking place. Instead, we are the ones who witness life at its own purest form, as it is unfolding. We are witnessing. We are not badging on this. We're not expecting things. We're not looking for things to turn out in a way. We're not wishing for things to turn in a certain way. Instead, we are in a pure vibration of life force, where things are just witnessed and experienced fully as they are. It seems like it's like we're here for this. Come what may, we are here to witness and experience things as they are. That place has no fear. That place has no need. That place has no lack. That place is not looking for certain things to go in a way. That place doesn't need to have control. That place is free from all kind of concepts, standards, ideas, and beliefs and all stuff. It's fully being. You are embodying the essence of presence and of being present here within this moment as it is, and you are just part of this whole flow, which is called life. That is living your own truth. That is following your heart instinct. That is living for your own intuition and listening to your truth, and just being your own truth. that's what we were meant to share today. We leave it here. Love and light. And thank you for your time. Have a lovely time.